Enti Addison so to Abayasas.
Ono so to Abayasas 31st August 2022. 31st August. We have all the documents here.
Okay.
Obi and to me challenge. Ni deputies ni nyina almost line up say, hey, yes, so ye pebi. LC Ado Awazi, Deputy Governor, 27 August 2020. Maso Opoku Afare, on also 31st August 2022. And Joseph Boahin Edu, CEO of Cocoa Board.
Why?
Joseph Boahin Edu. Cocoa Board, on also Atobi, 30th October 2020.
Abusia Samuel Okudzeto abrakwa ene Captain Smart akrashe ewo Nia TV na nei ensemo akoso ewo hode pani ne fa behwe na nyensem ketwa ena apiemu osisi amene okasei wabe expose office of the president sika ede omudi wo ho eno akire so wo kire Ghana nsase ye government ni nyina de ano ye omashara atonton amomo ahoho na alanka government ade de ye ton anke de beto public na bia wawo interest no na wakọ ho se usika beso ananko akutua na so edie akoye nipakuo bi ene ebo mamane ene omo ankasa tom na no akire no akire se ya papa John Mahama ba osesa ne man ya state asset nkofukuo bi age aboso no no ba oba retrieve ni nyina back edi ama government sempo so be kwa akofa aminis ene Malaysia ne Arabians ne ho ahwanyifo kra ena aba Ghana aba be fight age sa ne ma ni nyina edi ama oman na omobeye odi nsempi edi atudwa abra ne Captain Smart ehia wo Nia TV so ena anopa meso so be me subscribe button no leave a comment e comment section akonya da form so person place you advert e BIGBEN TV fa no mess na description so fra ye bejo advert no abo edi ama yenko ne kotie Samuel Okudzeto abra ne Captain Smart ehia e wo Nia TV
now you invest in the Ton Enclave. We can feed the whole of Ghana and beyond, the whole of West Africa. Into Emi de Pass, Nananom Nina Akabum. We are now poised for development.
Yeah. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Abrako won Sembibri. Say he's the man of the moment. A war and Sembibri Obeka. But Honorable Pesi, start free what you read or the launch of your party's manifesto. Yeah. You said a lot of things. Yeah. Just recap that for us.
Eddie Kain me pese me salute the entire manifesto committee on my idea Professor Dansuboa for your chair your first female vice president inshallah God willing on the 7th of January 2025 Professor Nana Jepoko Ejima who was part of the team and the team members ninyana and I like the NDC's approach into young fresh experts na omo akotena edem bimo na omo akase omo enibibia and then they put together a document which is just based on their expertise but when it was the people's manifesto omo frɛ obi ansenkyerɛ for organized labor for diplomats youth associations Ghanaian workers the creative arts obia say we are holding consultations ye pese ye tie de hamo na your manifesto no I reflected the mo pese the next NDC government be addressing mo felt needs there are in summer a year I mean in summer a damo akoma so a year more reality Indiana Osha the NDC manifesto is resonating with all the various groups as I said that manifesto committee for ASI and then the event planner Standogbe and his team fantastic job obia who the difference you say opese o govern omanya there are so many indicators even the ability to organize your events to go according to plan according to schedule to make sure that everything is on point because that is what you are bringing to government and we want to see how competent you are and Ghana for the difference between the NDC and the MPP when it comes to even planning events staying on script staying on schedule and making sure that your program really resonates with the people to the content of my submission, Mena Mikasa on the area of pursuing good governance and combating corruption. Many are yinina yenim. Say, bibia on my way a war. The number one challenge is corruption. Dream nikata shishe proye. scandals are yehu in CB, I mean yehu bida in CDA in the history of this country. As I say, your friend BB, one day one scandal. A dabia one scandal.
Hey.
A dabia obe sorry, there's a new scandal. Last week, they are now here discussing 13 African Games. Sika Kesie. Now there's a contention between Sports Minister and GBC Director General. $3.6 million. GBC for say yeah 100,000 per NIJ. In the process, me decided say, oh, let me go and look at the books, look at the transfers. Documents are intercepted. Games are already Sikana ya approve here 102 million. Parliament approve here. Mwako spending 460 million Ghana cedis, way in excess of the approval.
Me make 319.
Oh, 460 million cedis.
All right.
Taxes, and that is not all.
All right.
The Emma discover ne say omo akoswa withdrawals. So far, after the closing ceremony in March, just a few weeks ago. Omo withdraws it drew 168 million. It is say who this 168 million? Edika 460 million now. It's in excess of 600 million.
Ghana cedis. And then no cost. That's 600 million Ghana cedis. Oko kolebua omo share 2 million cedis per, just 2 million to save lives. Nipa 19 ewu at the renal unit. You see Nisika. Look at how long the CITAC members, tutors, lecturers of the colleges of education were on strike. Abansi omu nisika. Nanso sika omu blow. Meanwhile, sports minister way yes samoneno to parliament or say yeman time to respond to the financials. Up to now, still running away from parliament, and yet the withdrawals continue. $50 million on food. Over $4.5 million on accreditation. On a daily basis, we have even lost count of the scandals. The year can say, on my way, no, and yes, you need Sika. Osha Sika, President Mahama, or Jama, President Akufo-Addo. Documented. Oja Sika.
We are sure. Mami ma list no. Oja Sika, your friend big gift Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund.
Mahama Jasika.
Oja $270 million. Our gift. $270 million. They don't tell you that. MPP Fonka.
Mahama left money in gift.
Gift $270 million. And your friend be sinking fund. Mahama ja $500 million. $500 million sinking fund. Setekwe created sinking fund because Euro bonds now President Kufuor Okudzeto it was maturing. President Mahama instructed said all those maturing debts no yen creative buffer ye disika betum for say a mature so that the AC say yen to me entia yeka and now we have been shut out of the financial market or more downgrading to avoid that. A visionary leader or doing or chinanye say bibia buy into ye dini na ye disika ni na and there be
oja $500 million
in the sinking fund
plus 270
and then the stabilization fund
and also just saying
$300 million. It put all together 300 plus 500 plus $270 million.
$1,070,000.
Exactly. Sikani nyina wo he.
Mahama Jananadu over $1.7 billion.
They cannot challenge this. It's a fact. Call anybody at the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance. In addition to that, Busia Omwabo, President Mahama, according to Bank of Ghana records, Usher from 1957 to now.
Kwame
Nkrumah time. Busia ni nyina obi a government ni nyina boy, you know. It got to 122 billion.
From Kwame Nkrumah time, ABC Mahama time.
Mahama time, 122 billion. Between Mahama time and as I say, Akwa could do 750 billion.
Hi. Haba.
Can you believe that? Meanwhile, Ghana for Bisa says, Sika Wenyana, it is 700, we 122 from 750. You let's be conservative. Let's say about 600 billion. Or more borrow. In addition to the over $1 billion, Yajama Omo. and a COVID so buy omunya another 25 billion from COVID, the COVID windfall donations nearby. Ghana for bisa say enti mu terminal 3 airport for him. Mu UGMC for him, the only quaternary hospital in the history of Ghana, the history of West Africa. Because we only had tertiary, that's Kolebu.
That's right.
And a Komfuanoche. We never saw anything beyond that. Quaternary, higher than tertiary. President Mahama, all he had, 122 billion, no crown, from Nkrumah time, Kwesi Kufuor Rawlings, Obia. It is clear, sir. And yes, sir, on my way, Yenisika. A corruption. Into this manifesto, we are heavy on corruption. Into dear President Mahama, or can he say, Oba, Yebeye Bibia ye freno. Operation Retrieve All Loot Oral. Because ye makwain say sika kesie say ayaja mamo loans are mwako jebusi and mwabo, and we don't know what the money has been used for, but we know that it is corruption which has been our bane, which has been responsible for the lack of development. Into Operation Retrieve All Loot, and we have the list. Minu Kasese say Bema bi or America, a friend of Carrie Summers. He's keeping our $6 million. In the name of National Cathedral, American.
Jessica $6 million.
$6 million. National Cathedral for Secretariat. Or more friend, or say, or your fundraiser. Meanwhile, industry practice, no say, who resist Ikana? Now your mao commission, your mao be. Maybe at 10% or 5%. Ghana Nkwana obeye juma ena ye tam ye sika mano $6 million.
So on ye sika man sika tida.
Me no kase say want to me and resist ikano. Now so he's keeping us $6 million. Can you believe that?
National Cathedral no poku ina ye chairman no.
Carrie Summers.
Ena Carrie Summers aji $6 million. So the raise funds.
Or raise funds. Want to me and raise funds so ena omunko je sika no so $6 million. Ena ye was shakes bi almost buy hu ajimame no say Sputnik V vaccine no omo to me a secure vaccine number ena shake
let's say ye
Russia ena ye embassy wo mini Russian ambassador Russia I say oh why is your government doing this? I'm here, deal with me directly and you get it even far cheaper. We are helping even neighboring countries are contacting yaba omo direct access to Moscow. Into Adena Munam Dubai. Mineo Kasese say those sheikhs are keeping our $2.4 million. Yes, Omun return here. $2.4 million.
Plus 6, 8.5 million.
Yes. Oh, by far. In addition to that, South Africans basically drew almost say Omo sky train experts. Yatam $2 million at the amount. $2 million not to up to now. Yen to me retrieve here. Yen who sky trade beer. The last time ye bisa obiasi enyame jogate si enyame ameusi dabi enyame, we don't know who released that $2 million. Then ye wapualugu you're spending $11.9 million. Parliamentary committee ye call nothing to show. The place is overgrown with weeds. $11.9 million. $11.9
we have a video about me.
Monko, call your journalist. Monko Pualugo to see. Uncle Mary and Kase Bagri Dam or maybe will not all be not more forcing emergency or Muhia Sika. They've written to us in Parliament. They are everybody scrambling. Uncle Mwisi Dam now, we will not be where we are. In addition to that, Ejapa, we thought say you're stopping Ejapa in Parliament because we are not going to. This is part of their Ejapa D agenda. We will not allow it. Unknown to us, Omwako blow $12 million our land. It's stated. It is in the Auditor General's report. It appeared.
Ejapa.
It came up at the Public Account Committee.
$12 million.
$12 million. Yebiso Muamusi na omo per office or London, they were trying to list on the London Stock Exchange and all of that. $12 million. Myth what Ako spending. They cannot give us a breakdown as we speak. Into Operation Retrieve All Loot there, Ebebaso. Mino Kasasi say, when say National Cathedral, you're spending $58.1 million. And no, your taxes in Kwao, $339 million. Amenana, the world's most expensive pit. And no taxes, no. Donations in Kanho, the Munyana will cement, no, a software more. Yeah. No, sir, as I said, my distinction, no, sir, $58 million, so a taxes in Kwan.
Cement in
Kanho. Into all the other, and no, you're valuing about $3.5 million and $58 million.
Okay.
Into the world's most expensive pit. There has to be retrievers. Sir, architect now, your friend David Ajay. Unim say, after year 32 million cedis, inflationary pricing or year, you know.
Drawings, no.
Yeah, drawing.
32 million Ghana
cedis for drawings, no.
Charlie.
And or year drawing no you know. And minim nipa or secretariat or say, oh, drawing where you know, restaurant in Kanho. Your per restaurant, your best survey. Food from Israel, Jerusalem, manna and other things into restaurant car design neho. Unim saying or charge just for restaurant, adding restaurant
design
$5.8 million, not cedis, dollars.
There be Sammy, please. This one day I beg you. After 32 million Ghana cedis paid,
yeah,
just adding a design,
yeah,
of a restaurant,
yeah,
to the National Cathedral, it was $5.2 million. $5.8 million.
Yeah. Yeah. $5.8 million. Remember letters, Nina. What's a me intercepted documents? Me who documents now? I don't talk about it. I'll give you all of that. These are facts. Facts. Internet Operation Retrieve or Loot is critical. Ghana for na Meshia Duduo our Moka say, look, the reason why we are voting for you is that we want accountability. Yesika ninyana aka all kinds of places. What people have looted. We expect say moba retrieve amaye. Enti ye promise forensic audits and crack inquiries. Say if we have to even bring in experts from outside the country to support us in that operation retrieve all loot yabeye. In addition to that, so yakase under our governance proposals, so yakase ye say the reason why Ghana yawo baby yawo we are not able to root out corruption. Say our laws are not helping. For example, we share the Public Procurement Act. Ababeye the Most Abuse Act. Yawo bibia your friend was sole sourcing and a single sourcing. Yeah, abusing. What kind 2023 Auditor General's report on cocoa roads? Will you believe, say, Auditor General discovered, say, 87% of contracts now, cocoa board for Edema road contractors, no, it was all single source.
Oh, how?
87%. Meanwhile, single source, no, it's supposed to be it's supposed to happen rarely, and it's not supposed to be the norm. Integer say ebia you under the law.
Yeah, ni ho betimi aye.
And ebia emergency BAC.
Time no short.
Unkwa na our expertise. You know, it you very very narrow window for single sourcing. But say it's not being respected. And what kind 87% we are great question.
Me I want to know. What do you want to know?
Bawumia's brother. Or yet the director of Resource Access Limited. He was at the center of that. Meanwhile, Ninia, a promisee in opposition, put out a tweet, say the era of sole sourcing, single sourcing is coming to an end. The tweet is there. Everybody can go and go on his X, his Twitter. It's there. Meanwhile, Obi our promises. That's why in my submission I was saying, say, personal integrity is critical. We expect, say, you will take us serious, you will respect us, and you mean what you say what you mean. Into a banisana obi a promising say would this abuse of the procurement as single sourcing, sole sourcing. At the time, no more say it was getting to 30-40%, it was too much. Mudie 87%. And you mean Auditor General's report. And unim Auditor General ye bibia very fantastic. You have to commend him. Into of 13% competitive contracts, no?
Okay.
Or your analysis. And 87% single source contract, no, or your comparative analysis. And who say the contracts that were awarded on an uncompetitive basis, single source contract, you know, and inflated by 3 times, 300%. Can you believe that? 300%. If we are paying for 10 kilometers of roads, we could have gotten 30 kilometers. That's what it means. Yeah.
Sa sika na ye tua nipa ba akofo no betimi aye sa miensa
Baumia near company, your friend Abraham Baumia, Resource Access Limited, they were at the center of that.
Abraham Baumia, Resource Access Limited, 3 times 300% inflated into the year promising in our manifesto. They said the Reset Ghana manifesto. They said yebe amended the Public Procurement Act. Sa single source yebe chaso because it's been abused. Some of you on record.
Oh yes. Yebe chaso. The only window will be emergencies. That's all. All the other limitations, no, we are going to end it. It's here because the abuse, we can't take it any longer. The other far-reaching proposals who are here in the manifesto on under governance. You say this business of politicians and politically exposed persons buying state assets adosu dodo. Say we can't take it any longer. Obibewu na ne will mo who say oh yeah forest Ramsey site wawele to nephews forever. Obiti cabinet na or ton your hotels or to hotels no obi ton bungalows ya sase ne dia ya cheni nyina from Accra to Kumasi to Tamale to Ho. And we are speaking to facts. My name said last week who monitor my latest expose am here and my intercepted all the documents. Sales are akoso. Prime lands. State lands. Prime lands. Me what documents no.
Honorable Bobby Mam, me interested pa.
Where your cantonments. La Wireless area ho.
Okay.
President Akufo-Addo, who said 2 weeks ago, lands minister Behode press conference, can say, oh, ignore me now. The lands are safe, intact, secure. They are not selling public lands.
Okay.
I mean, the deception, the blatant lies. Minya, documents, no, are frightening. President Akufo-Addo, she said, we're done the whole land contractor. Under Article 257, who necessarily will protect these lands for us. All public lands are vested in you as president to protect them for us. But President Akufo-Addo selling them to his party members and appointees, his cronies. Indicate Jemfua, 31st August 2022. Women's organizer, yes. She cannot challenge this. Yeah. Also Yatamamano.
National Women Organizer.
National Women Organizer, MPP. 31st August 2022. And President Akufo-Addo Tomano. Ope price no. Sikana good question. Mini obe collapse. Enti documents ni nyina me wawa ha. O share the price of more.
Because the location no here.
Oh, location, not
the price.
Not the price.
I don't mind the price the location one.
Yeah. Will you believe say for a plot? Omutia between just 181 and 250. Obia and more than 250,000 cities.
Oh, how?
Cities, cantonments. Meanwhile, conservative value for a plot. Conservative.
Oh, cantonments.
Yeah, the amount for $500,000. That's 7.7 million. Now, so President Akufo-Addo or the ni party for less than 200,000 cities. Cantonments, La Wireless, AU Village, or baby. President Kufuor see the Ghana 50 that prime location, free zones board area.
Kate Jemfua,
our listeners. Ibrahim Mohammed Awad, Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. 30th November 2020.
Was some date in the time account?
Oh yes, 30th November. Dr. Ernest Yedu Addison, Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Who you governor? Governor, you are the most paid, the best paid person in Ghana. Yasase ye nyina ye dia. Odo so okoye donko me no. For what?
Eti Addison so to Abaya Sas.
Ono so to Abaya Sas. 31st August 2022. 31st August. We have all the documents here.
Okay.
Obian to me in challenge. Ni deputies ni na almost lining up say, hey, yes, so ye PB. LC Ado Awazi, Deputy Governor, 27th August 2020. Maso Opoku Afare, on also 31st August 2022. And Joseph Boahin Edu, CEO of Cocoa Board.
Why?
Joseph Boahin Edu.
Cocoa Board,
on also Toby. 30th October 2020. Dr. Janet Ampedu Fofie.
Oh.
Chairperson, Presidential Emoluments Committee.
Oh.
29th June 2022. Kwabena Mante Jektenyako, President Akufo-Addo's appointee on the Ghana Airport Company Limited. On also 22nd October 2022. And Okoto Nidia. Anselm Ralsford Ajete Sowa, Ghana's High Commissioner to Canada. 14th October 2020. Anna Asari Odro, former MPP Women's Organizer. Holland chapter. 25th February 2021. Onem say, Kosusa, you can expect one name, say, or no, they are messy out. Ken Oforia Test Enterprise Insurance, on also 15 December 2023. On also say he has to participate. He will not let it go. Or no, he doesn't give any small opportunity chance. Kwesi Etua, board chair, President Akufo-Addo appointee no, on also 14 October 2020. Georgina Wood, 15th October 2020.
Georgina Wood, man.
Former Chief Justice.
Oh, man.
This is what is going on.
Oh, man.
Inti assassinat, or land looting, state capture. These are the documents.
Ah, Mami Dinya Hame. Ah, man.
Inti, that's what is going on. Inti, the year can say, Yebe Bani. Inti under the new NDC manifesto.
So we mobaji anasa monje. Can I capture?
Oh, Operation Retrieve All Loot.
Okay. Mobaji. Okay. Maybe bisa Mahama press meeting nasa.
Okay. Because President Mahama and Ubekaya, Professor Mills yebi 2009. Baby a yawo foreign ministry. Yes, foreign ministry.
Okay.
Omoton ema cabinet ministers. Anka wan sizia. Anka say you to be in foreign ministry. Enti you are serving notice.
Of which my foreign affairs minister.
It has to go, Minia. It has to go. Enti the year can say, look, enough is enough. You be banning all politicians, government officials, and politically exposed persons from buying state assets. The other far-reaching proposal I made the pan say, on my way, unim say, ubisa ministers no say, ya sasi ayawo, sena aka. What is the state of these lands? They cannot tell you. Miwo Hanza de Waha. 3rd February 2022.
Okay.
More than 2 years ago, Minia. This is the official document of
Parliamentary
Parliament. Parliamentary Hansard. Kwame Govins Agboja, Chief Whip, and 3rd February 2022, Ukain, column 37. And Obisa, the Lands Minister. Or say, Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, which government land and landed properties have been disposed of and transferred to private individuals since 2017.
Okay.
And the cost of each of the properties transferred.
Okay.
Meaning a behu pandemonium in Parliament.
Obisa Asem.
Lands Minister say, we need time. Mankind, see, Mr. Speaker, the 16 Regional Lands Commission are in the process of compiling the records of all government land and land properties transferred. And I'll duly brief the House when the essay is complete. Mr. Speaker, as the House may agree with me to compile a list on government land and landed properties that have been disposed of and transferred to private individuals since 2017, and the cost of each of them requires time and effort. And in accordance with the highest standards of transparent candor, I've asked that the records be compiled from 1993. ABC and then my committee, Assurances Committee, and Chebia just about 3 weeks ago. And yes, someone a minister and said, "Charlie, echo 3 years. Watch a dodo." But my list no. Or say, "Oh, I cannot. I need more time. Mummy, up to end of year." Can you believe that?
End of year.
End of year. Meanwhile, Tonwan or Mutong. Mumbe records, I know they are to me, but every day, every week you hear no moto. This list is just one area. Memba Labone, that's another scandal on its own. Mindru Airport, Mindru Kumasi, the Aircosu wa Kumasi, wow Kumasi, mania. the rich lands in Kumasi ube collapse.
I'm glad I want to for YGB or
and you ask yourself, at this rate. Meanwhile, Ubekaya, President Akufo-Addo ankasa, Nenumasem, Okache Ghana for say, promise no agenda 111 during COVID, say obey see hospitals within a year. The reason why I went to me and fulfilling is he had issues, challenges with land. Land acquisition became a major problem. When to me anya asase omudi see hospitals. Inti, how is it that nipa who complain say yeni asase do donasa inti aban person who see hospital krana unto me enya asase in see hospitals? Why are you still engaged in these opaque sales? And the yani say omo ton asase no kra omo advertise o ama Ghana for nyina na also what who person who compete here omo advertising, no transparency, kanana quietly na yaton, and it's not even for market value. Until what is coming to the national kitty cry, until we are losing on all fronts. Who lose assassino? You are also losing money. You are not getting any real value for these lands that are being sold. Until Yekase, for the first time in the history of our country, you better create BBI your friend State Asset Registry.
State Asset Registry.
Yabeye. Until Ghana for nyina be hu send a year brew of parliament just to get lands, data on lands. You see, all the data will be put on a website in Century for citizens.
You be hu.
Bind there. Our Bumpugu Yo, and our Bole, and our Doma, and our North Town.
I can't wait to.
We are going to publish that. In addition to that, bungalows, your forests, your cars, all of them. BBI a bind there. It will be published. State Asset Registry. And in addition to that, you see, selling of lands to politically exposed persons. Or you have to decide, if you are interested in state assets and they embark Abaimu, don't come and serve under President Mohammed's government. Don't come for any appointment. Stay in the private sector and you can go and apply for your lands. The other thing I made there are constitutional reforms. Won't say your mind we cut for a long time, sir. The president has too much power. Does whatever he wants. He's an imperial president. We have promised we will go back to Professor Mills's Constitutional Review Commission. Now you are implementing the recommendations. Won't say you started, but then somebody went to court and then there was lots of elections. Now we are going back to it. So that President powers, and then we'll have more transparency, more accountability. Separation of powers will be enhanced. You have to decide who person is parliamentarian and now person is minister. This business of majority of ministers must come from parliament. We will deal with all of that so that we can have a strong legislature. In Crawford Parliament just to be beholden to the president, to catch the president's eye. It has to be addressed. You're proposing far-reaching constitutional reforms here. And then the vexed issue of ex gratia. And also Yakase Yechumu. Ex gratia must because the Ghanaian people don't want it. What we are going to do is between Article 71 office holders and other Ghanaian workers, as I say, you bridge the gap into this business of Presidential Emoluments Commission. And we have a separate Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. We'll bring all together, have one entity.
Wow.
So that everybody will be treated equally. This business of special class of workers under Article 71, we need to amend the constitution and stop that. We are going to do that. And you can trust President Mahama or Kase Obeye Bibia or or Kase Obesi New Airport Terminal 3 or Kase Obeye E-Blocks or Kase Ghana needs a quaternary hospital. Ghana needs universities in every region. Volta region, now you need university. He delivered University of Health and Allied Sciences. Bono no Muni region. Now Muni University. He delivered University of Energy and Natural Resources. Eastern region for now Omuni University or secure funding for the University of Environment and Sustainable Development in the Eastern region. Ubekaya in Sio, it was a major challenge. Water, potable water. Chebi Kra, President Mahama. And now Obama Chebi for in Sio. Now Omuni potable water. Increase water coverage. from about 56% to almost 78%. Unprecedented. Into adding 110 million gallons per day to our potable water stock. Into President Mahama Yobia or what track record? Or say obey Bibia or yeah. Meaning what will also excite you in our manifesto, for the first time in this country's history, Yebe pass a law on scholarships. I know this will excite you because Mati de Biawo can say scholarships, Argentina, ministers, MPs, scholarships. And they are not even ashamed, they are defending it. Scholarships, it has to be for the brilliant but needy. Adia are reserved for the downtrodden, the vulnerable. Now more are privileged. You are taking it for yourselves. Into Yakase, look, the time has come for us to have a law on scholarships. That law, no, banning all politicians, government officials, politically exposed persons from taking scholarships. In addition to that, no, Yebe introducing a merit-based system in scholarships. And then Yebe aligning your scholarships to our national development goals. As a country, where do we hope to be in the next 10 years, the next 20 years? Should we be giving scholarships to people to go and do all kinds of courses and yet aligned to your national development goals, which are not even aligned to our human resource gaps? Meaning, there are some regions, Ukoho, and the whole region, you struggle to get a gynecologist. You struggle to find an ophthalmologist. You will struggle to find an engineer working in even RECSEC and DISEC, the district assembly. When we have these critical gaps, Argentina your scholarships towards your human resource needs and then our development objectives. We are going to have this new scholarship law. And what it will also do, they say, scholarships now are scattered all over the place. And because of the corruption and the cronyism, they are creating different silos. We are not communicating to get funds for more scholarship. GMPC for more scholarship. Scholarship Secretariat under the presidency, almost one more dear, Cocoa Board for one more dear, GOIL for one more dear. Yeah, Kase will put all of that to consolidate. Now, every year, Biano, Yabe publishes scholarship list no. Into Obiabehu, Captain Smart, who didn't was what Obiabehu. Say, what could just scholarship?
Yeah, scholarship.
Now you now you assess titi or was she qualified?
Government official.
Yeah, but are you qualified? And what course is she going to do? Course no minor. We'll look at all of that because they say people go on scholarship. You have more rent allowance, all kinds of allowances to go and do sometime intake courses, to go and do an assessment to be accepted into a law program and all of that. I mean, you wonder, say, is that a national priority? Into scholarships regime, be change under the next NDC government. The abuse is too much, and all these Goro boys who have emerged, say one could tiasika ama ubia, and now when you're connected, you can't get a scholarship, and increasingly, the youth of our country are losing faith in our democracy and in the progress of our nation. We are saying that must stop, and there has to be real opportunities for all people. Until we are going to deal with that head on. Meaning say another matter of concern to the youth, the size of government, and adena obibeba yeto abamano oba bemua na on a yearly basis. Size of government is just going up. Ministers, Ebru, 100. Office of Government Machinery, just going up, running into thousands. President Mahama Ashabo said, within his first 120 days, Obe announcing the leanest government ever. And Obe making sure said there will be a cap. He's not going to go beyond. Obe rationalize it. Look, there are so many ministries, department, agencies that can be put together. Argentina, as I say, there was separate ministry for railways and transport. It can be put together. Separate ministry for chieftaincy and tourism. It can be put together. Separate ministry for sanitation and a local government. It can be put together. Until many of these ministries can be merged. We shall merge them. And then make sure, say, all these presidential staffers, meaning you are all kind of list now, best race presidential staffers. When him say, "For my way, yeah, tia obi ka for diaspora church relations. Churches abroad. Oh,
Sammy
who document no? Member of presidential staffers list. I'm on the parliament every year.
No, Otigana Hana.
Yeah, and I all share churches I want manoni. Sorry, I want manoni or share so.
And when I saw the Ghana first, I want manoni, and I said,
can you believe
National
that?
Cathedral
Yeah.
there.
Can you believe that?
There were presidential staff for Tigana.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I want Brucheri.
Yeah.
Nane Papa yourself for London.
Diaspora church relations manager. Incredible.
Diaspora church relations manager.
Manager, yeah. Incredible. Minia. I mean, some of the things you hear, positions now, more time and more incredible.
Oh, how?
I mean, incredible. You're a foreign minister. Now, so you will be our presidency. And the title here, Director for Diaspora Affairs. Diaspora Affairs. You're a foreign minister. You're ambassadors. Embassies in all these countries. About 63 embassies are across the world. Do we still need Obia or Director for Diaspora Affairs? Minia. Incredible. Look, it's just wastage. Indiana, taxes upon taxes, and you don't know where the money is going to. So we have said, we will deal with the expenditure side, cut down and do away with all of these amorphous, nebulous, useless positions. After that, now burdensome taxes, nuisance taxes, you be into e-levy beko, emissions levy beko. COVID levy, Ghana and Kwana, the only country in the world. COVID ended more than 2 years ago. And we are still collecting COVID levy, Beko. And then the betting tax, and also Beko. All these taxes are going to go. After we have dealt with this wastage, President Mahama announced, he said, in the first 120 days, all of these things will go. In the first budget and the finance minister be presented. Who said all these taxes will be removed and all of these useless positions and offices are more creating will go. Enough of the wastage, enough of the plunder.
Diaspora churches, the manager.
Diaspora church relations manager.
Diaspora church relations manager.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know that? 4 years, more than 6 years. Yeah, Tione Casa. Yes, yeah. Also in Yamano car or Land Cruiser or Saloon car or GL or G. Every month,
Really?
And we say we are a poor country. We say we can't take care of our dialysis patients. We can't provide equipment for our hospitals. These are the things we are doing. Office of Government Machinery. Internal budget for a year, cost 2 billion. President Akufo-Addo in the office, the budget, approve for Parliament.
2 billion?
2 billion cedis. Because of things like this. Positions like this.
For 1 year?
1 year.
Okay. Maybe 1.5.
Oh, well, you are late.
What did you matemu Ghana ha? You bought 2 billion. 099. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2 billion.
Yeah.
Divided by 12. Just say every day. Me dani kwesi ada ka ho. Na na do office omudi 166 million. Dakoro.
Yeah. That's what it's
Omudi 166 million. Or or head we sensia actually ponsia 1 day. Sasi kan woto atoa ebe finkra ebe twem kana nkorene edutumu akọ wale kwa na sign na chi na be fa kumase na akọ boase na akọ sehwi na babodi na sana chi abashante region akomankran so na samba beto asa afi bonse sikane ni ayira utoto oposo ebetwem America 166 million Ghana cedis a day in the Yedin office of the president. Abba.
All right, Boni Benaya.
Same ese okọ parliament.
Boni Benaya.
Bibi o ho abeka biom. Me o so bi o phone. Wo bi o phone na asama ba.
Meka David Ajay restaurant say you were not believing Kanoforiata signature and 6 July 2021. Submission of invoice for payment of National Cathedral. Please refer to your letter number SCRDE32910 dated 27 April 2021, requesting for the release of $5,817,769 $65 to pay consultancy fees in respect of variation orders for the inclusion of a 300-seater restaurant and expansion of the Bible Museum to the National Cathedral project. This is it. Kind of
300-seater restaurant.
Yeah, 300-seater restaurant. Design no.
Yeah, design.
Design and 5.8 million dollars.
Ajayi
When say Ajayi architects ni nyina omo Ghana, omo issue statement say the omo abre since Ajayi buy President Akufo-Addo Adamfo. Omo the projects ni nyina ama. Agenda 111 Ajayi na yedebano. Bank of Ghana headquarters Ajayi. Marine Drive project Ajayi. Dubois Center Ajayi. Trade Fair Ajayi. Parliament Chamber Ajayi. Every government
project. Trade Fair they wajisika so
yeah, into waje. Oh no, that's how is it. Oje Dubois answer number year transfer no kra waje $2.5 million. Waje BBA or Jessica upfront. And contractors ne who say ode Ajayi eka wo proposal ho a ubenya approval. Once Ajayi kan who catch President Akufo-Addo say oh wadam for Ajayi na oye design. Who can Bishop Dake Ward Mills need resignation letter? Ochro umu say one of the reasons into our resigning is on first board meeting President Akufo-Addo catch almost say a bad design architect any location the board doesn't have a say. Or no any architect no any design. It's how David Ajayi everything, and I mean he doesn't come cheap. 300-seater restaurant, $5.8 million. And
who's the same?
I mean, who's here? Who's see restaurant? Because it's like.
But you to girlfriend in Nigerian restaurant here, what can't wait to go? Yeah, $2 million. I
mean, and then Bonnie Bena, yeah. Bonnie Bena, we are where we are because of wastage. Me wa napko for. When him say nursing trainees or Murray School 2020 or Mutifi up to now. From D for Etifi, Yantia Omuka. So many people who have even done legitimate work. Contractors or moye jumo or moye si acquiring. Ushe last document about parliament I hear analyzing how much is owed contractors. Oh moye jumo legitimately abahin si omu nisika. Now so shedi omoye. Uye na damfwa, uye ni favorite architect, whatever you want. Adeng.
Me am see me pay interview but we the Ajimin we the Ajimin Sami bibi obi ma obeka.
My final words ne say we enye MPP versus NDC. It's about rescuing Ghana. Meaning MPP 4 Omoshiawa, they tell you say they want us to rescue this country. Ente Monyere Moho. Ente this is an election that is about the soul of our country. We need to rescue this country. We need to save this country. We need to reset Ghana. Obi kase here reset na upgrade. Upgrade of what? Into the cost of 5.8. Yeah, upgrade na yama David Ajayi 6.5 and yama no $10 million. The world's most expensive pit at $58 million. Yeah, upgrade na yanko spending $120 million. No, we need a new direction. Ukai Afro Barometer na 9 out of 10 Ghanaians interviewed are saying that this country is headed in the wrong direction. Until we need a U-turn. Yen to me fa Ghana Emma Meta Wasia Ejuma a free driver who has landed us in the ditch. We need a different driver who was not part of that vehicle that ended in the ditch. We need a different driver. Into Ghana for way any MPP NDC. That's why I was telling Ghanaians at the manifesto launch say this statement they are all the same, we are not all the same. And no crack. I mean, can you imagine say President Mahama jet President Kufuor Ato presidential jet is in good condition ono beka say enye luxurious enough on to me and stretching in 9 women. Yes, ente.
Kufuor so watch Mahama.
Can you imagine?
And that's a Kufuor to be training them.
I mean,
na Mahama
President Kufuor no order you.
And Mahama so watch Kufuor.
I mean,
na Mahama no Kufuor to be training them. Na Kufuor so to be training them.
Can you believe that?
I create attention.
Ente 20,000 euros an hour. And all the chata sa make same way sa Ghana be broke and ojai. And now he's using the presidential jet. $100 million now or say, you know. Imagine what we could have used for that money. $100 million. $100 million.
No, the high plane.
Yeah, or high plane. Charter jet. Meanwhile, we're packing presidential jet. Meanwhile,
$100 million.
Meanwhile, in Krofuna, wo charter ako Jibusiano. They are flying commercial. And they are looking at you wondering, what's wrong with these African leaders?
Oh, that's $100
million, Minia.
$100 million
on this charter for 2 years. Yeah.
Teachers,
$100 million.
Yeah, they are charter taxi.
I mean, we are not all the same, Minia. We are not all the same. Sure, the ambulance, Auditor General say the value of the ambulance is $80,000. Omo koto spare parts. $113,000 for one. Aden $34.9 million. Emi de say mako the OSP. Since me file this petition, monitoring na maya no as stop it into first release no moya. They've not been able to make the second release. Manko OSP man release scandal we anka omotia $34 million. Aden for ambulance spare parts. Look, we are not all the same. And there might be a President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia have been allowed to get away with no. Anka President Mahama, there will be a coup, there will be an uprising. And we have never seen things like this. The impunity. MPP, NDC are not the same. It is and it is about rescuing our country. We are appealing to the Ghanaian people. Say, Muntumobo na munkai 2 manifestos no. Omo on corruption. Look at time I are spending on far-reaching measures. Omo the omo kind on their manifesto MPP omo say digitalization will fight corruption. Please, what kind of joke is that? How can digitalization fight corruption? When we are talking about politically exposed persons who are looting, realistic policies, far-reaching policies. Only the NDC manifesto and only the NDC leadership, Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajiman, teaming up with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, people of integrity, credible patriots, Omuna Ombe to me, a savior on my way. Let's come together, let's join hands, no matter the political party you belong to. Look, even MPP for Ankasa said, look, they can't recognize the MPP. This is not the kind of party they knew. To rescue this country. Now, more credible people will come and take over this party. That should be our mission. And I believe that the Ghanaian people will come along with us. Ghana for na ebedomie na yatume executing this task of resetting. I know you are depressed, but apologies. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to shock you, but they are the facts. They are the facts.
It said this time there. Why I will say and someone else for Ghana no sebi. Say ya no kura party a emu avrem enemu nso eyehu enti wote Ghana no abompa say Nyankopon be hwe so na de pa bi a chen wo no ayi we free o sign amanem cause your mind e kone de I fight for your head makra.